How's it going, lads? Marshall here. Welcome back to another review tonight on the channel. I don't know what I was going to say there, but we got Mark Noble, fresh from his Soccer 8 performance last night. He's been rewarded with an end of an era for that singular match and his West Ham career. But if they're going to singular matches, can we get a chunks? I'd love to see a chunks on FIFA. But anyways, Mark Noble, one-man club, Mr. West Ham United. He's retired this season. He did retire, right? I know his last game for West Ham, but yeah, surely if he's playing Soccer 8, he's retired. But anyways, we're going to review him tonight, see how good he is on the game. His price is $215 on the Xbox, $210 on the PlayStation. You might be looking at that thinking, I don't know about that one, mate. 4-star combo, medium work rates, 5'10". Stats? You want some stats? It's on the screen, and wow. For a Mark Noble, that's not normally known for many of these stats. It's literally insane. Honestly, when I say known, I'm kind of making a comparison to like Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas has got in this game. It looks okay. Haven't unlocked it yet, but it doesn't look anywhere near on the level of Mark Noble. Fabregas is nowhere near the level of Mark Noble. Think of that for a second. Just think of that sentence for a second. But anyways, Mark Noble looks absolutely sensational, and tonight we're going to review him. Stat-wise, you can put whatever chem style you please on him. If you want to boost his finishing, because it is the lowest stats, I want to say, I'm just like scanning his stats right now. It's his lowest stats, 77 finishing. So if you want to boost that, I think Hawk would be good. Boost a bit of his pace as well, finishing, strength. Yeah, Hawk would be very good. Engine wouldn't boost finishing, so I don't even know why I said that word. Finishing. The finisher chem style, sorry, and stuff like that would help. But personally, I like the basic on him. I know it is a box-to-box, you're going to get chances to score goals, but if you take those chances with like, I don't know, smart chances, you get into an area where it's more like a 90% chance of scoring. He's going to score anyways, even with 77 finishing. He's got 96 composure with 95 shot power going to 99 with a basic, and good volleys as well. So he will score, given the chance. If you don't give him a chance, that's like 20%, it could potentially go in. You know what I mean? So get into the areas. I did score one goal, and I'll showcase exactly that during the gameplay. The rest of his stats, I mean, acceleration for his position is absolutely key. He's got 92. Jobs are good. And yes, his top speed isn't amazing, but it's not necessarily the be-all and end-all for his position. Shooting-wise, he's got shot power. Happy days. 99 penalties, mate. Wait, didn't he miss a penalty? When did he miss a penalty? I remember he got subbed on for West Ham and he missed a penalty against Manchester United. Or am I just dreaming that? Anyways, passing is utterly sensational. Dribbling is definitely there with a 4-star combo. His defensive stats are utterly sensational. And his aggression is 99. Fantastic, man. Traits, he's got dives into tackle, CPU AI, and long passes, CPU AI. He's got the leadership. He's got team player. Why doesn't he have one-man club, mate? Wait, hold on, boys. Has he played for more than one club? I can't have a one-man club playing for more than two clubs. One club. Because literally one-man club. Wait, what's Mark? I'm trying to Wikipedia his name, mate. It's not popping up. Oh, his middle name's James. Wow, FIFA doesn't tell you everything, mate. Dude, in his name, it just says Mark Noble, mate. It doesn't even say James. So, yeah, he spent his entire career at West Ham United. He's just been on loan twice. Youth career at Arsenal, but that doesn't matter. So, like, why has he not got the one-man club? I think Messi's got it. He plays for Paris Saint-Germain. Anyways, guys, what we're going to do, jump in the gameplay. I'm just babbling on at this stage. So here we go, lads, into the gameplay. By the way, I do apologise. When I get something on my mind, I need to kind of find out instantly. I'm one of those people that's very impatient. Do you know any of those? You do now, it's me. But Mark Noble for me tonight was fantastic. Obviously, you might think, he's just saying that, man. It's Mark Noble, he's got good stats, he has to be good, right? No, he actually played a really pivotal role in my midfield. Obviously, I've got Dele Alli alongside him, right? You would have seen him in the starting squad. So I've got Dele Alli, see him on the ball right there. We've got Mark Noble. Now, defensively, Noble did a lot better than Dele Alli, which is thoroughly expected. But he also did offensively, and he also did at the in-between. And I'm not talking about the upside down in Stranger Things. I'm talking about like the in-between, the transitions. So when you transition from defense to midfield, from midfield to attack, the transition stages between those two, you can just imagine the gap between the midfield and defence, that kind of transitional role. Noble bosses it, man. Absolutely bosses it. If you play kind of a slow style of possession, you will love Mark Noble. If you play a fast style of possession, counter-attack and play, you will also love Mark Noble. He was just fantastic at everything he pretty did transitionally. Obviously, finishing, it is his only con. It's not the greatest in the world, but like I did say, if you get into an angle, and you would have seen my low driven across the keeper into the bottom corner, his goal just before, if you get into those kind of angles, you got more chance of scoring the goals. So, even though you will see a lot of long-range shots from me during this episode or this review, it just goes to show, like, if you're expecting him to finish all those chances, he's simply not. So if you get him into a position where he's got like a 90% chance of scoring as opposed to like 10% from 52 yards, get him in that position. If you want him to get a little bit more advanced, because mediums in the centre of the pitch, sometimes they tend to float, right? And if you want them to get involved with the attack, trigger the 1-2s. Trigger the 1-2s. Very easy to trigger. L1 if you're on PlayStation. LB if you're on Xbox, and the pass button, whichever you got it set to, X or A. I've got to remember, 2 different controller inputs. But yeah, for the 1-2s, you just do that, and you can easily trigger him up the pitch like I did with the goal, and like I do with many of his moves, because he's good at the give and go. And obviously the give and go, another word for the 1-2, but when he passes it right, and you don't trigger the 1-2, just like there, he moves into space. He moves into space. I love that for a lot of different midfielders on this game. A lot actually don't even do it, but if they've got the positional awareness and kind of intelligence, so to speak, they do just like drop into space every time they release the ball. And with Mark Noble doing that, if you don't trigger the 1-2, it instantly creates a pass back. So if you pass it to Mark Noble, and then you've got that pass back into him, you can do that. And also, you've just seen in that move right there, you can do it on the attack as well. So if you want to kind of, possession-wise, you want to hold possession, you don't want to kind of risk it on the attack, and you want to play that kind of slow passing build-up, don't trigger the 1-2. Just pass to him, and then you'll create space for himself and give him the ball back. And then you can like spread it, you can pass to someone else. Otherwise, if you want him to kind of feature in these kind of areas, trigger the 1-2, he'll burst away from his man with his sensational acceleration and give him it back, and then he can play from there. So there's lots of different styles of play you could actually do with Mark Noble, and I found this absolutely fantastic because it normally doesn't happen. It normally doesn't happen in this role. Obviously with the Premier League players, I believe you've got like, yeah, we'll go over the similar players at the end. Obviously, West Ham teammate, you've got Declan Rice, right? Declan Rice for me is a lot more defensive than this Mark Noble. They would actually be saying, what a perfect link that is, by the way. Declan Rice, Mark Noble in the midfield, yes, sirree. So, Mark Noble, you kind of need to give him a little bit of freedom. Even tonight when I played the games, I've actually got stay back while attacking on him, cover centre. And you're seeing in a lot of these clips, he's not exactly staying back, but that's because I'm pushing him forward from time to time. But dude, when he gets into these kind of areas, some of his passes are utterly sensational. First one got blocked, second one I got the assist. Happy days, man. Like I said, with his cons, it is the finishing. But try and get him an easier chance. Another assist there to Phil Foden. Pace, it's good. So if you're worried about that sprint speed, don't be, boys. Do not be. But what I'm worried about is the rating. I don't know how I transitioned into that. But lads, let's get in the rating. Let's see what overall I do give Mark Noble. So there we have it then, lads. That was Mark James Noble, which it doesn't say in his player bio, though. So I've already cut a year out on a lie right there. It's Mark James Noble. It's not Mark Noble, it's James. Respect middle names. Even though I personally don't have one, I still respect other people's middle names. They could have like 7 and I'll still respect it. So Mark James Noble. I don't know what I'm going on about. 3 games played, 1 goal, 4 assists. For a box-to-box, that's pretty decent. Especially kind of a defensive-minded box-to-box. I think even when you look at his statistical layouts, you see him more as a defensive box-to-box, right? Because of the lack of finishing. It's 77. And obviously his defensive stats are utterly sensational. 94 interceptions, 92 defensive awareness, stand tackle 96, side tackle 97. I haven't even spoke about his aggression, which is 99. This guy goes in for a challenge, man. It comes out with the ball at his feet. It's absolutely fantastic. He can pass. His ball control is very, very nice. And he can definitely dribble with the acceleration 4-star combo and his dribbling stats. He doesn't feel that bad on the ball from time to time. What I would encourage with you guys, use the ball roll, and then you'll get into like feeling how quick he is in certain dribbles. So if you utilize a ball roll in a certain position, you'll start getting that feel for how much he can get away with on the dribble. He can't get away with the stuff like Neymar does, you know what I mean? But he can definitely get away with a lot in midfield. And I thought he was actually quite fluid in what he did bring to the table. So I really enjoyed that. The 3 games, 8.7, 8.3 and 8.5. Passing, 9. Physical, 9. Shooting he gets a 7 because of the lack of finishing. But like I did say, try and give him the simple chances. Jobs are good and right there. And his dribble's actually an 8, which I don't associate dribbling with Mark Noble. So it just feels wrong saying that. Similar players, right? We've got Busquets in there. Now, Busquets and McGinn, I've kind of got in there for the defensive qualities plus the passing, which Mark Noble's definitely has. Mark Noble's better name than Noble. So I got them 2 in there, just as like, if you've used Busquets, you know, like his defensive players and he's passing, he's controlling that area, that's what you get from Mark Noble. The kind of aggression you get with him again, and the power that you get in like driving forward, winning the ball back, this, that, and the other, and then dispatching it to someone else. That's what you get in Mark Noble. What you get in McGinn, you get in Mark Noble. And then it's like an all-rounder. He's very much similar to Brozovic. And I reckon he's the most similar to that card out there, the 3. But if I had to like say what he actually feels like, it feels like a hybrid of those 3. You just get them all together and just go bang. Mark Noble pops out. It's not exactly how birth works or mating, but I do imagine that's how it works in this case. Anyways, overall rating for Mr. Mark James Noble, the Soccer Raids end of an era cards, of course West Ham as well, nobody forgets about West Ham, 9.6. You thought I was going under 9.5, so we would have got like a 9 stars. No, he gets a 9.6. Honestly, lads, for what he brings to the table in that midfield role, it's absolutely fantastic for his value. And even fantastic for the position compared with different Premier League players. He brings a lot to the box-to-box role. Obviously, he doesn't have the ideal work rates for a lot of you out there. Normally, you're looking for, I don't know, high, medium, high, for the kind of box-to-box, but that's a CM role, right? What I would suggest with Mark Noble is rock him as a secondary CDM in a 4-2-3-1, or even a 4-2-2-2. He's outstanding as a secondary CDM because he also wins the ball back in defence extremely well. As for the volume, you're looking at the price of $215 and $210 on the Xbox and the PlayStation. I'm going to give him a 9.0 for that. Now, if you compare it to the market, you'll find like 7 players better than him. There's no doubt about it. The way the market is right now, Ruben Diaz's team of the season is fodder. It's 60,000 coins. He's 95 rated team of the season. So if you're looking for the market for comparisons, that's kind of the wrong place to look. But if you kind of compare him to players in your team, right, and think, you know what, would he improve my team in this area? I think that's what you need to do. You need to kind of summarize that for yourself, think from that kind of angle. But if you do get like an abundance of untradables, you can maybe work towards him in the long run. An 85 rated team and an 87 rated team. I believe so anyways, or an 84. Anyways, he's getting a 9 for value for coins. I reckon that is. And enjoyment will also be given a 9 out of 10. Dude, I actually really enjoyed using different types of cards over the past few days. Mark Noble for one. I didn't obviously look at the stats and expect brilliance. But honestly, I've used so many cards over the years. Stats don't mean a thing if they don't perform in game to those stats. So kind of the relief I get when they actually do, or the joy I get, it's actually quite fulfilling. It's like, good, fair play, he actually does live up with stats. Some players, they do not in the slightest. So he does get a 9 for enjoyment as well. And that's where we're going to wrap it up for the review today. If you guys have enjoyed, please leave a like on the video. We reviewed End of an Era Mata yesterday. I do want to do Julian Alvarez. I'm pretty certain he's still extinct. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have had a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.